Hello, I'm User-Friendly's assistant, and in this video I wanted to talk about super heavy, glitchy sound design stuff and how I usually approach it. So that's just a kick drum, in case you didn't know. And then we'll do like a roar. I almost always have a drum bus at the end of things. If you've watched my stuff before, you know this. And then something weird like a reverb maybe before the distortion. And let's switch the roar to multi-band. I'm going to do band pass and high pass, something like that. So already that's kind of a little bit different. But let's do another roar before the reverb. Maybe we'll do comb filter. So, wow, what's happening is this simple sound is going through this crazy chain and now it sounds different. What's kind of cool about this though is you're getting almost like a new synth voice. And that's kind of a big way that I think about it is rather than thinking, you know, let's get this sounding really good and then send it through the effects, which is obviously not a wrong way to do it. And a lot of times you'll get the best results by really carefully designing the source sound first and then sending it through effects. But you'll never get the same thing as you would if you had done the effects first and made yourself some sort of crazy change. Just be, this is going to sound so much different going through this. You're essentially making your own sort of waveform. Yes, this is going to basically be, a really thick square wave by the end of it that will ruin your mix. But, you can kind of work around that once you have interesting sounds. The other thing to keep in mind is, like Operator, for example, the low end on it is crazy. So it's almost going to like overtake any sort of this high end stuff that you do, which is why, I'll kind of do a lot of the sort of pokey plucky sounds, or maybe like a high pass one here. This right here is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. If I had had this chain off, it's so low you can barely even hear it, versus with the chain on, that sounds really cool, I think. So let's turn the envelope on. Do I want to go up or down? So there's kind of a relationship between these two envelopes. Like I've talked about before, it all is about envelopes, at least to me. Why can't I? That's really cool. Anyway, you see what I mean? Like, again, let's turn this off. And then it goes the other way around. So we've sort of done a little bit of sound design over here based off of this, you know, effects chain. What happens when we change some sort of element of the effects chain? From there, like, it's kind of like you sort of, it's a really modular approach for me. I want this sort of envelope thing that we have going on to interact with this. So I'm bringing a MIDI envelope in, and I'm going to tie it to that. Let's go down now. Yeah. This sort of envelope thing, this is a really key thing for me, because I had one thing that I wanted to change, but now I have the envelope here, so I may as well like just sort of experiment with a few different things. So a cool thing about Roar, whether the feedback kicks in or not, is kind of really heavily tied to the amount of distortion and the sort of filter and things like that. So you can hear it's almost like it'll start feeding back a little bit more over the course of that envelope. I'll even tie it to, let's tie it to the amount so it kind of pokes through even more. And then from there, again, like you have all this sort of interacting stuff. What happens when you change the envelope a little bit? Or I think I want more of this. There. I kind of have to stop there. That's perfect. Let's see. Yeah, that's cool. Let's duplicate it. So now we have this one here, and we can sort of save this or whatever and continue with this one by deleting the operator and bringing in a collision. Let's see what this sounds like. And then maybe an arpeggiator. Tie the envelope to that. Tie another envelope to this. Another one to that. Something like that. Perhaps a delay. See what this does. The order of the effects is gonna, sort of change things around quite a lot. Yeah, something like that. You get the idea. Just sort of aggressively messing with stuff. The main thing I'm kind of pointing out here is to put the effects chain on something aggressive, something that's really going to sort of change the sound a lot, and then do the sound design over here, and then kind of hop back and forth between all these different things. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. All right, that's it.